A very good day to you. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. It's Tuesday, July 2nd. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run. 3 state and federal lawmakers Monday came to the site of the devastation north of Roscoe in Delaware County, where a microburst ripped through 2 campsites on Sunday. The storm claimed the life of a woman at the Russell Brook campsites in Delaware County. Another woman who was sitting on her couch narrowly missed serious injury when a tree came crashing down on her camper and landed just inches from where she was sitting. Congressman Mark Molinaro, State Senator Peter Oberacker, and Assemblyman Joseph Angelino went to the campsite to offer any help to campers and facilitate owners' needs. Here's Molinaro.
All of us share in a deep sense of sadness and also shock as to the power of.
Several fire agencies responded to the storm, including some from Sullivan County. Cook Falls Horton Fire Chief Chris Jembo described what it was like to try to access the area. He said there were massive trees down everywhere. After a decade-long dispute over how much turbid or cloudy water could be released from the Ashokan Reservoir to flow down through Ulster County, officials introduced a new interim plan to hold the discolored water in the West Basin until the water becomes clearer. This will ensure that when water is released downstream, it will be hard to distinguish from typical drinking water, according to officials who gathered alongside the Ashokan Reservoir on Monday. A consent order between the State Department of Environmental Conservation and the New York City Department of Environmental Protection allows for an interim release protocol that will ensure that clearer water will better support anglers, tourist locations, and businesses. Riverkeeper, an environmental education and advocacy group, hailed the historic agreement, said Dan Shapley, the organization's senior director of advocacy.
Riverkeeper is so proud to have worked with a coalition to prevent excessively muddy water like this from damaging fish habitat and the community downstream. New York City's commitment to releasing cleaner water from the Ashokan addresses long-standing water quality concerns, and this new agreement is essential to protecting fish, habitats, and the community.
Ulster County Executive Jen Metzger was pleased to hear both agencies have added the Lower Esopus Creek to the Resilient New York program. More news right after this.
Find over 100 retailers allowing you to spend hours shopping safely at the Galleria at Crystal Run. Enjoy the big brands and the diverse selection of family-owned stores all in one location. The Galleria at Crystal Run offers dining options for everyone with Fuji 110 Grill, Allen's Mediterranean Grill, and Peru Cuisine. Discover the Mid-Hudson Valley's premier shopping, dining, and entertainment destination, the Galleria at Crystal Run. For more information, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit GalleriaCrystalRun.com.
Richard Desiderio has been a teacher in the Newburgh Enlarged City School District for years, enjoying his time in the classroom, watching as his students grow academically and socially. Things began to change in 2019 when he blew the whistle on a high school attendance and grade scandal where some teachers and administrators were fudging the records of student athletes so they could continue to play. As a result of his investigation, Orange County DA David Hoovler conducted an investigation, presented the evidence to a grand jury, and issued a 100-page report. He took no punitive action and said he would leave that to the state ed department. But ever since then, Desiderio has had a target on his back, being written up for a number of things, and when then school board president Darren Stridiron attempted to have him protected as a whistleblower, the school administration blocked it. Most recently, he was brought up on charges of inappropriately dealing with a special needs first grader and was suspended with pay during the entire 2023-24 school year until hearings were held, and he was ultimately terminated last week. Since then, he's written a lengthy report to Hoovler, urging him to launch a criminal investigation into conduct of top school district officials. Hoovler says he'll look into it.
We are aware of it. We obviously looked into the attendance issues that they had several years ago. And again, we follow up on all the leads that are presented to us.
The school board majority that voted to terminate Desiderio's employment is ending, as new board members will be sworn in tonight, which will change the power of the majority, and it's possible the new makeup of the board could rehire him. Police are investigating the shooting death of a Pomona man who was found in Haverstraw on the ground next to a car on Monday. Police had spotted a car crashed into a parked vehicle opposite 9 Fairmount Avenue, and the driver on the ground with several gunshot wounds to his torso area. He was rushed to Montefiore Nyack Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Police identify the victim as 29-year-old Christian Alvarado. A single-engine plane carrying 5 people crashed in the town of Masonville in Delaware County Sunday afternoon, killing everyone on board, state police said. All 5 were family members from Georgia in Cooperstown for a baseball tournament. They were identified as 76-year-old Roger Beggs, 43-year-old Laura Van Epps, 42-year-old Ryan Van Epps, 12-year-old James Van Epps, and 10-year-old Harrison Van Epps. Troopers are working with the FAA and the National Transportation Safety Board to investigate the cause of the crash. Port Jervis Police Department's chief and staff have embraced what is an increasing national trend toward blending social work with policing to keep communities safe while offering follow-up help to those struggling with any number of life issues. Lisa Wadoff, a police social work intern with the police this year, has completed her Master of Social Work at Adelphi University and is currently finishing her clinical certification. Port Police will accept a new intern participant in the social work law enforcement program this fall, which Wadoff participated in earlier this year. Wadoff echoed what Police Chief Warden shared about calls that police frequently respond to, repeat calls from people simply needing help with ongoing social issues. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run.